Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of everyone here at Muskegon Community College, we thank you for being here today. If you are able, please stand for the presentation of the colors, followed by the Star Spangled Banner, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. At this time, will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Thank you, everyone. We would like to recognize the support from the Daughters of the American Revolution and the Captain Thomas Tabor Chapter Colonial Dames in the 17th century for providing wreaths for our ceremony. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the President of Muskegon Community College, Dr. John Zellman.
All right, thank you, Daniel. And on behalf of Muskegon Community College, obviously, it's my honor to welcome you to our annual Veterans Salute. Today, we gather to pay tribute to the men and women who have served our nation with courage, honor, and sacrifice. To all the veterans in this room and those joining us from afar, simply just thank you. Thank you for all that you do. Your service has preserved the freedoms and opportunities that define our country and allow communities like ours to thrive. This year holds special meaning for Muskegon Community College. In June, Muskegon Community College will celebrate the 100th anniversary, a century of learning, leadership, and courage. Over those 100 years, members of our MCC family, the faculty, the staff, the students, and alumni have answered the call to serve in every major conflict of the past century, from World War II to Korea, Vietnam, the Gulf War, Afghanistan, Iraq, and countless other military engagements. The spirit of service has been deeply woven into MCC's history. So today, as we honor our veterans, we also reaffirm our commitment as an institution to remember, to educate, and to serve those who have served us. So thank you again here for being here and for all you've done to protect and uplift our nation. I'd like to take this time here to introduce MCC Community College Board of Trustee member, secretary, and a veteran of the Air Force to reflect on this day. I'd like to introduce Trustee Nancy Fry to do a reflection of Veterans Day. Trustee Fry.
Thank you, Dr. Salmon. And it is a special day here on another part of our campus. And our campus is spread all over the place, but it's a wonderful place to have it spread. So please, if you haven't looked at some of our facilities, take some time to stop by and see what Muskegon Community College is all about now. As I look at you, I wonder why you chose to attend this special day of recognition for military veterans. Are you a veteran? Did you serve in one of the 5 branches of the service? The Army, the Air Force, the Navy, the Marines, or the Coast Guard? Were you a military spouse of a veteran or a child of a military family? Perhaps parent or parents. Or you might be in the reserves or on active duty. You became a veteran the moment you raised your hand to say the oath of office and were assigned to one of 80 countries or territories on one of 750 military bases located around the world. For 27 years of our military, our family of 4 began our experiences in San Antonio, Texas, Amarillo, Texas, on Hamilton Air Force Base in California, the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., the country of Turkey, the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, the Netherlands in a Dutch town called Soest, and winding down to Japan and Korea. We did a lot of packing and unpacking of suitcases, believe me, but it was good. And each place we called home, it provided a learning experience for us and for our 2 children, one of which ended up going into the Army. Why the Army? I'm not sure, Army people, but we wanted him to go in the Air Force, and sometimes they just have to keep showing that rebellion. It all began in my 9th grade at Muskegon Junior High School. My English class was given an assignment to write a paper on what we planned to do when graduating from high school. I wrote, I planned to join the United States Air Force. Joining the Air Force and the military turned out to be exactly the life that I wanted. Meeting and marrying my husband, a military policeman, and my time as an administrative specialist and a court reporter began our combined year of 27 years of active duty. Today, 2025, I am proud of our military background. My father being in the Navy, our son in the Army, our son-in-law in the Air Force, and my brother serving the Army in Vietnam. On this Veterans Day 2025, I ask God's blessing on those who wore a military uniform to serve the United States of America in the past, as well as those who on active duty today. 6%, please listen to these figures, 6% of living Americans have served in the military, so the other 94% can live in peace. That's a remarkable set of numbers for what is being done to protect our community and our country. And that, my friends, is why we are gathered here. This message is simple. We are here to say thank you to all those who have made our military presence known as a nation whose leaders continue to strive to seek peace and justice for all. God bless America. Thank you. Just need to get, thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to introduce our keynote speaker for the 2025 Veterans Salute, Mr. Ken Efting. Ken retired from the United States Air Force in 2022 after a distinguished 20-year active duty career in operations, maintenance, and logistics management, and he currently serves as the airport director at Muskegon County Airport. And we are proud to say that Ken is also a Muskegon Community College alumni. Please join me in welcoming today's keynote speaker, Mr. Ken Efting.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to Dr. Selman and the team here at Muskegon Community College for hosting this wonderful event and for your continued dedication to honoring veterans. Before we begin, I want to recognize the guests of honor today. If you're a veteran or currently serving, please raise your hand. Yeah, let's give them a round of applause. And to our military families here today, thank you. You served too. You endured long separations, last-minute schedule changes, the constant uncertainty of not knowing where your loved one was or what they were doing. And you may have done all of this while living in base housing, so you survived. My name is Ken Efting, and I've been the director of the Muskegon County Airport since late 2022. In my previous life, I served in over 20 years in the U.S. Air Force as an ammo troop. You might ask what an ammo troop is, and well, beyond being the arch nemesis of security forces, it means I built, inspected, stored, tested, and delivered precision-guided munitions, bombs, missiles, rockets, and other explosives for our fighters, bombers, and attack aircraft. We were the ones that the Air Force trusted with enough high explosives to level a city, but not much else. We live by discipline, precision, and the belief that absolutely any problem could be solved with a judicious amount of explosives, appropriately located, of course. I'm grateful to call West Michigan my home, growing up here and graduating from Whitehall High School in 2001. My service began in 2002 after spending a few productive semesters right here at MCC as what I call a slightly above, slightly below average student who wasn't quite sure what he wanted to do with his life. So being here today feels a bit like the chapter in my book where everything comes full circle. I give much credit to my time here at MCC for providing a solid foundation to build my career on. Thank you, Dr. Selman, and your staff for including me. It's an absolute honor to stand among so many who've worn the uniform and their families, all of whom have lived a life defined by service. Many of you probably know that Veterans Day began as Armistice Day, marking the end of World War I. The first Armistice Day ceremonies were very solemn, reverent, and without speeches like this or PowerPoint slides, and certainly no social media Facebook pages. Just deep gratitude, sorrow, and reflection. That tradition continues, though now we get to tell a few stories and thank our veterans face to face in a positive light during ceremonies like this. Veterans come in all shapes, sizes, and personalities. Some saw combat, others turned wrenches, piloted aircraft, defended bases, guided convoys, served food, repaired vehicles, oversaw our health care, or managed logistics. Some fought in fierce battles, while others fought the administrative battles with the copy machine back at headquarters. The point is, every role mattered, and they all relied on each other to get the mission done. The military teaches you what it means to depend on others, and for them to depend on you in ways that the civilian world just can't comprehend. Those lessons stick with you forever. Teamwork, accountability, attention to detail, and pride in doing things the right way, even when no one's watching. However, most of us agree that courage, honor, and bravery spirits have looked very similar across every generation of veterans. From the beginning of our nation to today, millions have stepped into harm's way and gone above and beyond in combat roles, often without expecting recognition, and most saying that simply do it for the person next to them. Others would say that they're just doing their job. That spirit doesn't disappear when the uniform comes off or when the battlefield is replaced by everyday life here at home. Fast forward to today, right here in West Michigan this summer during the Coast Guard Festival in Grand Haven, a 97-year-old man leaning on his walker fell off the pier and into the Grand River. A young seaman from the U.S. Coast Guard immediately jumped in the water, and he kept the man afloat for over 20 minutes until the rescue crews arrived and certainly saved his life. You know what he said? Anybody want to guess? I was just doing my job. Yeah. Veterans have a funny way of describing self-sacrifice, courage, and bravery as just doing their job. And yet, across any era, the message is always the same: service, humility, and using sarcasm and humor to find calm in the chaos. If you've ever been in the mud, on a flight line, ship, or in desert tent city in 120-degree heat, you know that humor and sarcasm are not optional. They're a survival tool as important as your rifle, And they're a coping mechanism right there alongside Motrin 800s and Rip It energy drinks. So with that, and to keep the spirit of this Veterans Day lighthearted, I offer my top 10 you know you're a veteran if. And I want to see some head nods and some laughs from these, okay? Number 1, you can't shake the habit of showing up 15 minutes early to everything, and you get physically uncomfortable if you're late. You use the 24-hour military time, and you would rather forcefully teach everyone in your life how to use it too than revert back to 12-hour timekeeping. You avoid walking on grass if there is any sidewalk within 100 yards, purely out of muscle memory, even if it doesn't go where you want to go. You can recite your social security number faster than you can name your own birthday. You despise trying to figure out what to wear every day, and you set an outfit out the night before. You run real quick, what would I do if something popped off right now? Scenarios in your head, even when you're at the grocery store. You hear a weekend safety brief, and anybody that's ever been overseas is going to laugh at this one. You hear a weekend safety briefing, and you wonder where the part is about what water is safe to drink, not petting wild animals, and what parts of town are off limits. Your first impression of any establishment is judged by how squared away the flag is out front. You instinctively locate the fire extinguishers, AEDs, security cameras, exit signs, and fire alarm pull stations every time you walk into a new building. And this one, by far my favorite. You end every single plan with, remember, if we get caught, I'm deaf and you don't speak English. After transitioning back to civilian life, veterans become mechanics, doctors, teachers, police officers, business owners, nurses, pilots, and yes, somehow airport directors. And they bring that same sense of mission with them. In the Air Force, it was one of our core values, service before self. In civilian life, it often looks like simply being the first to show up and the last to go home. But service before self comes with sacrifices, deployments, missed holidays, long nights, early mornings, and experiences that most people will never fully understand. Not everyone comes home the same, and some do not come home at all. We honor them all today with gratitude and action by supporting all veterans, their families, listening to them, and walking beside those who carry invisible burdens. And for everyone who stood or raised your hand at the beginning, let me assure you, your community, especially this one right here in Muskegon, remembers and appreciates your service. It remembers your courage, your sacrifices, and yes, the tough moments where you quietly asked yourself, what am I doing here and why? So today, do more than say thank you. Connect with each other, listen, share a war story, laugh together. I've always said that veterans don't necessarily need parades or speeches as much as they need community and maybe a good cup of coffee so strong that it makes the person next to them cringe. So thank you again for all you have done and all you continue to do. Whether you're wearing a different kind of uniform, a high-vis vest, a hard hat, a classroom lanyard, or an MCC hoodie, you can still live with purpose, lead with integrity, and lift others up. So let's keep doing that together as veterans, coworkers, students, and neighbors. Because the best way to honor those who served every day, not just on November 11th, is to serve each other. To the families, thank you for your strength. And to those who support veterans in our wonderful community, keep it up. Keep showing up. We need you. So God bless our veterans. God bless our Muskegon and West Michigan communities. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you very much. The branch anthems will now be performed. When your branch anthem is presented, please stand, if you are able. Would the veterans, active duty members, and reservists of the United States Army please stand for "The Army Goes Rolling Along"?
Sons go rolling along, and it's high, high,
veterans, active duty members, and reservists of the United States Navy, now please stand for Anchors Aweigh. Veterans, active duty members, and reservists of the United States Coast Guard, please stand for separate parade.
Always ready for the call. Always ready for the call. We place our trust in Thee. To serve and storm and gale, Thy shall our purpose be. Semper Paratus is our guide, our fame and glory too. To fight, to save, to fight and unfight. Son, we are for you.
Will the veterans, active duty members, and reservists of the United States Air Force please stand for the U.S. Air Force?
Climbing high into the sun. Here we come. Adam is give it a look. Count the times, nothing can from our off on one terrible course. We live in fear, hunker down and play. Hey, nothing will stop the U.S. Air Force.
In honor of all the American men and women in the United States Armed Forces who gave the ultimate sacrifice. Their own lives. In defense of our great nation. Please join us as we observe a moment of silence, followed by a rifle salute, which will be immediately followed by the playing of taps.
Ready! Hey! Fire! 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 4, 5, 3, and 5. Order! Up!
If you are able, please continue to stand and join in singing God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above.
At this time, the orders will be given to retire the colors.
Tie the color. Present. Up. Order. Up. Hilt. Hey. Forward. Up. Detail call. Hold on.
Finally, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome MCC Provost and Chief Student Services Officer, Dr. Tucker Brown.
Thank you. On behalf of Muskegon Community College, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to everyone who has joined us. To our veterans, to our students, our faculty, and our staff, and the community members for taking the time to honor those who have served our nation. At MCC, we believe it is not only our duty, but our privilege to recognize the men and women who have worn our country's uniforms. Their courage, sacrifice, and commitment to protecting the freedoms we enjoy every day are a powerful reminder of the values that unite us as a college and as a community. Many of our own students, faculty, staff, and alumni have served across generations and conflicts. We are proud to stand with them today and every day in gratitude and respect. Although our formal program has concluded, we invite you to stay, connect, and enjoy some light refreshments in the back. Thank you once again for being part of this special day, and most importantly, thank you to all our veterans for your service, your strength, and your example. Have a good afternoon.